Run up to the next state, I get down, I get dirty, catch him on the push. Thinking he gon' get a pass from the slime me something. Make a buck, I could get it published. What? You gonna believe me? Think my brown skin real can see them.
It's the city of rock and roll, and this place sure is rocking as they await the start of this one. We're here at Huntington Bank Field in Cleveland, Ohio. Coming up, a highly anticipated contest between the Green Bay Packers and the Cleveland Browns. Officially beyond the halfway point now, eyes starting to shift to the playoff picture as this Week 10 game gets underway. He's going to return it from a yard or two deep. And that was a disaster of a run back, Rob. They're going to start near their own goal line.
Can't happen. I mean, that's just something you never, ever see at this level. That's a complete failure of operation, not just by the returner, but the return team in general. Now, instead of getting into your normal offense, you got to find some way, somehow, to dig yourself out of this hole.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Of throwing to start us off. Throwing the out route complete. And this one only gets up to about the 5-yard line.
There's no question, Kate, with the big plays down the seam or big tight ends, a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up.
Let's go. Ready?
They run it. It's the rookie out of Michigan State. And he won't be able to get past the line. And very quickly, Brock, they're going to be facing 3rd down to begin this ballgame.
As a corner in this league, well, you go to the Pro Bowl if you can cover. You want to be an all-pro, you stick someone like that.
Ready. Defense with an excellent opportunity and a stop here on 3rd down. Takes the handoff, now Love. That's caught for the first. And this gets them well away from danger as he is up past their 20. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
This time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go. Let that pass rush get home.
In a real troublesome spot here, Brock. That sack has him set up 2nd down and 21.
Ready.
To the air with Love. Has him on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
3rd and long. Here's Love. Escapes the pocket. A risky throw, and they're going to intercept it. And the Browns take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
He picks up 7, and now it's 2nd and goal at the 3.
While that run may not move the chains, Kate, that is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
It's Sampson again. And he will not score. The defense gets him just before he can punch it in. He manages a couple, and they are right on the verge of it. 3rd and goal from the 1.
Well, Kate, this is going to be a fascinating call because defensively, you've stopped the run twice now, and I think you believe on that side, well, they got to put it in the air. But this is also where the offense could say, we got 2 more shots. Let's continue to pound the football. Can't wait to watch this one.
And it's brought in. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. This is Trujillo to try to point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Browns will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Trujillo to kick it away. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35. A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10.
Here we go. Ready?
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Can lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Ready.
Love now. He's got his man. That's Alec Pierce. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down. It's like you always say, right back to work for him. Getting the drive moving like that turnover never happens.
And they weren't going to shy away from letting him do his thing, throwing the football. Mistakes happen in this league and in this game. And you never want to punish a quarterback for making a mistake. You want to see him continue to produce.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. Hits him on the out route. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They've got 1st down here from the 36.
Let's go now. Set, cut.
Now Love on the play fake. Going deep here for the end zone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB. Over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. You've got to find a completion right there.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 36.
Here we go. Look.
Back to the air. Love. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down.
Here we go. Set. 10 black.
3rd and long for him here. He finds his running back. Nice work, complete. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
No kicker out there, so instead of a 46-yard field goal effort, they're going for it.
Blue stripe. Yellow, 22.
They're going to go. It's Love. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
You know, kid, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Finds a seam down the middle. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They won't snap it in time. That is going to be the end of the first quarter. The Browns on top early. We'll return to Huntington Bank Field after this.
Okay, ready?
We're ready now for the second quarter. Browns in control of it. They've got first and 10 here, looking to add to their lead.
Liking, 8, go!
To the air, Sanders. He's going deep this time. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Not a bad first look for him in the contest, this contest. And I love them taking a shot, Cade. It's a shame, though, because this defense will tip the cap. They played that ball better than he could.
On the set.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10.
Warriors, hey. Ready?
Throwing again here, Sanders. Connecting on a slant. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. Operating from the gun, here's Sanders. Taking a shot for the end zone. And it's brought in. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns take a 13-0 lead. This is for here. Try to point after. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. This is Trujillo to try to point after. The point after splits the upright. And the Browns double their lead to 14. Here's Trujillo to kick it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10.
Down. Ready.
Love now off the play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
Take a look at that scoreboard, and you just can't backwards. If you're going to close this gap, you've got to stay on schedule. Had a hard time doing so with a double-digit deficit.
Ready.
Love out of the shotgun. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. These guys need to find a way to hold up better for their QB. This offense now facing 3rd down.
Well into this first half, still struggling to find any rhythm, and that's what sacks do. That is why these defenders get paid big money when they get those sacks in the stat column, because as you're seeing today, it totally disrupts the rhythm, the continuity, and any success for an offense.
And he'll get it up to the 27.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
And he's brought down before the return gets far. Cleveland about ready to go. Here's 1st and 10. And off to Simpson. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Got it. Ready.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Shot. 19 lock. Cowboy 80.
Working out of the gun. Sanders. Short pass brought in. And This is brought to a stop up at, say, the 34-yard line there. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34.
Come on, ready.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll make his way through for a pickup of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Even the best of them could be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Air it out on 3rd. He has the first over the middle. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. So 2 minutes still to play in this first half, partner. The Browns with the lead here from Huntington Bank Field. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
Japanese, go!
To the air on 1st down. Sanders. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Packers regain possession as he makes the 30th interception of his career.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10.
Ready, blue striker, black 40, set.
Shotgun now for Love. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Denzel Ward makes the play. And the Browns getting back on his 6th interception of the season.
This is one of those moments, Kate, as a quarterback, when you're jogging off the field, I'm not even going to look at my defense. They gave me the ball, and all I did was give it right back to that other offense.
Browns look just about ready, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
2nd and 10, still at the 28.
Here we go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Out of the gun, here's Sanders. Brought in right side. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
To the line, here's 3rd and 3.
Get it. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Now Sanders. And he will have the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns boat racing them to the halftime locker room.
There's a good chance he wasn't even looking when that ball was released, but the crowd, well, the crowd let him know exactly what was going on. He could feel the swell of excitement. Whenever they take a deep shot, it's only going to get louder now as they were able to connect.
This is Trujillo to try to point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Browns stretch their lead to 21. So we have to pause here. Team officials saw what we did, an injured Brown, and they're tending to him now. Here's Trujillo to kick it away. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. Starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10. They'll motion him out of the backfield.
Ready.
First down throw. Here's Love. Finds him on the crossing route. And they're going to touch him down as they wind up with a nice gain on that play, and they got a new set of downs too. Running back sent in motion.
Right. Ready?
Love now on 1st and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And goes to the hurry-up offense here. The Packers take their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Gonna need something special here. 2nd and 20 following the sack.
Here we go. 10 black. Ready.
Love from the gun. Gets him on the quick hitter. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first. Offense up to the line fast. Throwing his Love on 3rd. Finds his man over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
1st and 10 from the 43.
Ready. Blue, claws red. Trail green.
Love looking to pass. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it.
Let's go.
Offense in the hurry up here. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this.
These restless eyes of mine were sitting to my heart and sugar. In a jumbled life of glitter, dreaming concrete mind will joke up. Tend to thinking if I was on force, I'll put through north to the girls like balls.
The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. He fields it from the 8. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Cleveland about ready to go. Here's 1st and 10.
Go!
Running right with Sampson. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
It's your money, y'all. I can run it down. I'm all of us. All my people now. All what I love. Ooh, baby, we run it down. Yeah, the minute the sun is up. There's no rest to us out of down. Whatever I got your
And they went 3 yards the wrong way to start this drive out. Here's 2nd and 13.
Let's go now.
Here's Sanders now. Connects on the crosser. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's a Browns first down.
Ready. Panther 60. Panther 60. Ready.
Back to throw. Here's Sanders. Cut out left. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Packers side of the field.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
On the set.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short.
Go. 79 Broncos. Let go.
Sanders back to throw. He's got a man left. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that's going to be good for a Cleveland first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Ready.
On first down, here's Sanders. Throw left side, complete. And they get him out just before he can move those chains, partner. It's a gain of 9 on first down.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Ready.
Second and manageable. He's throwing. This has been a trend. Yet another interception. There he goes. Pick 6. Touchdown, Green Bay. Well, talk about aggressive coverage, Brock. To have somebody in position for pick behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, this quarterback is never going to take that short pass for granted. Again, that is usually one you do in your sleep. He's just now going to be restless in his sleep thinking about it.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10.
19. Bronco 80.
With Sanders out of the pistol. Nice work by the back here, playing safety valve complete. And he's going to get this to the opposing 41. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but I think somebody's auditioning for some extra work as a receiver. If he could do that coming out of the backfield, imagine the damage he could do if they sent him out into one of those spots out wide.
19 Lions.
Sanders going to throw here on first. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Ready. Cowboy 80. Cup 19. Cup 19. Go.
Back to the air here on second. Sanders. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Sanders now on 3rd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they come up big on 3rd down there with the sack.
That was a situation where I think the previous drive, really affected the decision-making there. Coming off a pick, he wasn't about to challenge the coverage. Instead, well, he just took his medicine.
And not his best punt here. He drops it several yards into the end zone. That's going to lead to a touchback. Packers getting set here. 1st and 10. To the air with Love. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Ready up.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 once again from the 20.
Here we go.
Back to the air. Love. Short pass brought in. And he's brought down after a short gain.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
Ready?
They'll throw 3rd and long. Down the field, he's got Pierce. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you gotta admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. We're in a double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So that brings up 2nd down. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Ready.
No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Ready.
Once more, it's Love. That's caught. Here's Quinshon Judkins. And they will face a 3rd down here, Brock, but not by much. Good effort to challenge for it. He reaches the 43.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Tackle.
3 quarters in the books from this one. It's Packers football, and they know what they need to do, trailing here in the 4th.
Okay, ready?
All set to go now from the 35.
Here we go. 10 black. Set, go.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. Called in left side. And this one does not go far. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
Wide open.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Browns' 34-yard line.
Cut.
Love out of the shotgun. It is caught left side. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
52 blue. Cut.
3rd and 2, lot to throw. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete, 4th down coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
They're going to go for it here, trailing in the 4th.
Red, cycle. Come on, set. Yellow, 43. Ready?
Here he goes. Gotta have this on 4th down. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
Result of the
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the fourth. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
He's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down.
Kate, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
They'll try something else from the 27 this time. 2nd and 10. Throwing again here. Sanders. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front, they didn't give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Throw here, 3rd down. Put the body on the line for his team. He is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a Browns 1st down. Working out of the gun, Sanders. Catch is made by Dylan Sampson. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic. But it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Let's go now. 70 line.
On the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down.
Panther 60. Get it.
That one's out and cut on the right side. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that's going to be good for a Cleveland 1st down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. Dive play straight ahead. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Cleveland. Browns nearing their 6th win this season. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Ready.
On 3rd down, I'll go with Sampson. He finds space into the red zone. And he's in. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns make it a 3-score game in the 4th. This is Trujillo to try to point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Browns stretch their lead to 21. Here's Trujillo to kick it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Love. He completes it in traffic. And he has it right near midfield here. It's like about a yard short. Working fast as that clock ticks down.
And the Packer 1st down.
Wait.
Love now on 1st and 10. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Browns are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
Nice field position here for the Browns as they start out 1st and 10.
Alert, ready.
Starting on the ground here with Simpson. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Packers side of the field. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that run. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Ooh, awful close to that line of gain. Stop, though, made it to 46. 3rd down.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out.
And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed, enough to keep this drive moving.
Cuts to the right sideline. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. He'll get 16 yards on that play. And that's a Browns 1st down.
At the 28-yard line.
Ready.
Hand off here to Simpson. And they'll stop him after a short pickup to the 24. So to a chorus of bucks from the dog pound, the Browns take the win at home. And they carried some of that winning football from last game into this contest. Now a modest little win streak blossoming for them, Brock. They've got 2 in a row as they get out of here with a victory. So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a well-earned win for the Browns. As with that, we'll sign off from Cleveland.